be imprudent and also disingenuous for me not to blog about Egypt. I'd like to give a shout out to my brothers and sisters in Egypt who are coming together. May you know peace. I hope that every revolution could happen through nonviolence. And I ask myself, am I a dreamer? But sometimes you really do have to dream when you look at these historical moments. Look at what is going on in Egypt. Look, look at what happened in Tunisia, and you start to really ask yourself, is it true that like you can tweet yourself into a revolution? That the fact that somebody else is bearing witness to what you are going through makes it such that things have to change, because that's effectively what happened. I mean, that man who set himself, that street vendor who set himself afire in Tunisia. I mean, you want to talk about you want to talk about martyrdom. You ask yourself, do people? What is it about humanity such that the people, are pushed to that extreme in order for us to create change? Could people have come together under more peaceful means? Or is this our carnalness, our humanity coming out in rage? So, with that thought in mind, I wanted to offer you a poem about revolutions and change. Think about Haiti. Think about it. Stripped all those trees, all that beautiful wood that had been the breast and the beauty of the Western world back in the late 1700s. Think about Haiti. Remember how reparations weren't paid to those people who defeated Napoleon's soldiers, a feat that other nations cringe at even to this day. But those people down there, they did. Yes, they did. Think about Haiti. Do you think things would be different if like Haitians were like tweeting as people were fighting off Napoleon's soldiers? For 5 years, they fought the British. If people were tweeting through that, would it have taken 5 years? Would other people have known if the information had been able to get out there in the world, to become social? So then you think about some of their contemporaries who did get their voices out there. There was Equiano. He wrote a book. He was someone who had been sold into slavery. He said, as his book opened, and this is what I like about the narrative. My life has seen things that not many people's lives have seen. He's not boasting, this is not bravado, but he's about to testify. So without being able to testify, would people have known how atrocious slavery was? Think about Haiti. I think about what's going on in Egypt today. I think about the fact that I know about it. Not just that I can tap into the 24-hour news cycle, that I can see what everybody's doing on their motorcycles, driving around, throwing gas, yelling slogans, lighting shit up like they do in the movies. There's that revolution. But then there's also the one where people come together and they say, leave now. We will not be ruled. We will rule ourselves. That kind of courage where people start to stand up because they know that their futures are uncertain, but what that future is has got to be better than what is. Can you imagine if people were tweeting the Haitian Revolution? The same way that we can look at what's going on in some places. Some people I know that I grew up with to this day cannot tell you where Tunisia is on a map. If you ask them what continent it's on, they might not be able to tell you it's Africa. They might not be able to know those are Africans. Egypt. Some people might not know that those are the people in Africa. That is an African revolution. Why is that important to know? Think about Haiti. There are forces that were set in place so long ago that people forgot why they stopped standing up. How long has one dictator been in place? Think about Haiti. They fought. Have they been able to tweet that? Have they been able to put on their Facebook status? Toussaint Louverture said, "We gonna rise up." So I guess we gonna rise, y'all. Peace. Think about it. If you had heard that some man named, Equiano had written some book and he had become free, then you knew that slavery had an end to it. That it wasn't as vengeful of your soul as it must have felt. Think about Haiti. Think about every condition that you live in your everyday life where you surrender yourself. Where you say, you know what? Give up. Think about Haiti. It's not so bad.